So when we are solving the simplex method problems, our questions are mostly given in the form. What I'm starting with is artificial variables. Artificial variables. Okay, so we are given some simplex, some LPP like this. Okay, so like C1x1 and C2x2. Will do. So now we are given some constraint like this, like 4x1 plus 3x2 is less than 4, 5x1 plus 6x2 is greater than 2, 3x1 plus 2x2 will be less than equal to 5. So if I are given a problem like this over here, okay, what we used to do is to convert this to standard form. So standard form here will be 4x1 plus 3x2 plus, I'll add a slack variable here. Here I have to subtract a surplus variable. Here I have to add a slack variable. 4, 2, 5, 5. Okay. So now see, when we write this initial simplex table, what do we have here? What will come in the simplex table? We'll get 4, 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 5, 6, 0, minus 1, 0, and 3, 2, 0, 0, 1. Okay? And so the 4, 2, 5. Clear? So now what is the problem we are facing here? What we used to do to start the simplex method? We used to put x1 and x2 as 0, and we used to say that, we used to write, s1, s2, s3. This way xbi. Alright? Here the cost is 0, 0, 0. So what is the meaning of xbi? Means this solution is like this. Solution of this is equal to this. Solution of this is equal to this. Solution of this is equal to this. Right? How we used to do that actually? What we used to do actually here is to say that, so see what we have here is, we have 3 equations in 5 variables, right? So how many variables are extra? 2 variables are extra. Okay? So 3 equations in 5 variables. So extra variables are what? Extra variables are here equal to, extra variables are 5 minus 3, that's equal to 2. So 2 variables I have to put to 0. So what I'll put to 0? So I'll put x1 and x2 to 0. So let, 2 terms here. Put x1 is equal to x2 is equal to 0. 2 variables are put to 0. So what are my solutions I'll get? s1 is equal to 4, s2 is equal to minus 2, and s3 is equal to 5. Right? This is the solutions which I get. Is this a basic feasible solution? Why not? Because this number is minus 2, right? This cannot become a feasible solution. We require all our variables to have positive values. Right? Okay? We require all our variables to have positive values. Okay? So this is not a BFS. Not a basic feasible solution. It's not a feasible solution only. Okay? Not a feasible solution, alright. because it becomes basic actually, but not feasible. Yes, ma'am. I don't know, the others are not from there. Yeah. So he was saying that this is not a feasible solution, right? Because S1, S2 has turned out to be a negative value. We require all our variables to be positive. Clear? So next, notice another thing here. This in every simplex method problem which we solved, this was always the identity matrix, right? Then only we used to get that basic feasible solution. But is it identity right now? No, right? This is again creating a problem. Okay, so not identity. Clear? So basically, when you don't have a basic feasible solution, okay, that matrix, this thing over here also is not an identity matrix. Okay. Yeah, not an identity matrix. So when you, so yeah, coming to the point, the thing is, what is the cause of our trouble actually right now? Why did this trouble start? This trouble started because we took this equation over here with greater than or equal to sign, right? So we took this one with greater than or equal to sign, and then we had to balance it to get this thing, right? Not only this, assume you had one more equation like this. If you had one more equation like 4x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 4. Oh no, this does not make sense, it contradicts. 2, 3. So what will be the corresponding this thing for this particular equation? When you convert it to standard form over here, we'll be just writing 2x2 plus 3x1, sorry, this is x1. 3x2 is equal to 6. There is no need to add any slack or surplus variables, right? It is the already equal to sign. Okay, but this is okay, but the problem occurs when we are going to a simplex table, right? What we have to do here? Here what we'll do? Here we'll write this as an extra, this thing is S4. What is the numbers there? 3, 2 plus 3. 2, 3, here 0, 0, 0, and here is whatever 6 was there. Alright. One more column will also come up, by the way. No more columns come. We're not adding more variables now. So only this much. So is this an identity matrix now? No. Right? So the problem occurs is two situations are the cause of the trouble. We don't get identity matrix there. Identity matrix. This is actually the situation of no basic feasible solution. I'll explain this. Okay, we don't get identity matrix when we have this greater equal to sign or equal to sign in the constraints. Okay, so in case of this greater equal to sign, we get 0 dot 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 0 minus 1 0 dot 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 0. Depends on how many equations you have. I'm just writing this in general. Okay, it might come in the first position or somewhere. Okay, we get a row of this form. In case of equal to sign, we get a row of all zeros. Okay, hence we don't have a basic feasible solution. Okay, hence we get minus bi, sorry, minus say si is equal to bi or 0 is equal to bi. Okay, this does not make sense, right? This is going to be mostly positive. Bi will be a positive number. This is 0, right? So this does not make sense. Okay, this is also not making sense because bi is supposed to be strictly greater than 0. Oh, sorry, not bi, not bi, bi, not bi. Si is supposed to be greater than 0. Okay, and here we also know that this is already given to us that bi is a positive number. It is some resource or something, no? So it has to be positive number, right? Here we need si to be greater than 0, but here we are getting si is equal to minus bi, which is a contradiction. Okay, so in these two cases we do not get a basic feasible solution. Yeah, so now what to do to start the problem? See, in the ordinary less equal to problems is to automatically get that identity matrix there, is to get that treating the other variables as 0 is to get the basic feasible solution, right? S1 is equal to B1, S2 is equal to B2 and so on, right? But now we don't have it. So now the question arises is how to find a how to get a basic feasible solution. Okay, so this is the question which you have to deal with right now. Okay, so now to deal with this there are something called artificial variables and artificial variable techniques. Okay, so we'll talk about them now. Okay, before coming to this, what is the thing we'll do is what we'll do here is this is this now. Okay, so we use artificial variables. We use artificial variables. So In this case, there are two equations which are bad, so we require two, A1 and A2. Okay, so this problem is kind of changed to max Z C1 x1 C2 x2. Rest of the people have coefficient 0, so I am not writing them right now. Okay, so let me just write this down. Oh, we have minus S2, 3x1 plus 2x2 and 2x1 2x1 right. So this is equal to 4, 2, 5, 6. So see here, we didn't have a identity matrix column here and we didn't have identity matrix column here, right? So now we have it now. So what are we having right now? We'll have the first column here, okay, second column will come here, ignore this place in between, let's ignore this column I'm saying, S2 column you'll ignore, this will be 0, 1, 0, 0, again S3 column as it is, so S1, oh wait, just hold on, so S3 is coming next. Okay, clear? So this is going to contribute one column of the identity matrix, this is going to contribute the second column, this one will contribute the third column, and this contributes the fourth column. Clear? Okay, so after using artificial variables, we can get a basic feasible solution. What will be the basic feasible solution to this problem now? Now you put everything 0 except for this 4 people who are giving you the identity this thing. So basic feasible solution here will be what? S1 is equal to 4, A1 is equal to 2, S3 is equal to 5 and A2 is equal to 6. This is basic feasible solution, right? I put the remaining variables equal to 0, so it's basic, right? Feasible because all the entries are greater equal to 0, right? Okay, so that's what's a basic feasible solution for us to start the problem with. So now the question arises is how to remove these variables out of the table. Okay, so for that we have something called as the artificial variable techniques. Okay, they are going to help us with that specific thing. Okay, so the first thing here is two-phase method. Okay, so you can refer from there only. Is this screen clear? Okay, so the first is the two-phase method. It's called gets that name because there are two phases in that method. Okay, So first phase and second phase. Okay, so first phase actually deals with removing the artificial variables and getting an basic feasible solution. Second phase is using that basic feasible solution and continuing with the problem. So, that's basically finding the optimum solution using that basic solution. Okay, by doing multiple iterations. Okay, so in the first phase of this method, the sum of the artificial variables is minimized subject to the given constraints. Subject to the given constraints to get a basic feasible solution of the original LPP. So second phase then optimizes the original objective function starting with the basic feasible solution obtained at the end of phase 1. That's what I told you. So use phase 1 to get an optimum solution a basic feasible solution, and then use that thing and get an optimal solution. Okay. So move on. So what are the two phases here? So step 1, write the LPP into standard forms, check if there exists a starting basic feasible solution. If there is actually a basic feasible solution, right, then you can directly go to phase 2. Okay, that means you can solve it and you can find the answer. No? If you don't have a basic feasible solution, that's why we are doing this method. No? Okay, so now if you don't have that basic feasible solution there, start with solving the problem using this technique. Okay. So now what we are going to do is you add an artificial variable to the left side of each equation that lacks the starting basic variable. Like in the example which I showed you above, I added a basic variable, I added an artificial variable for the second as well as the fourth equation. A1 and A2 was my artificial variable. Right? So construct an auxiliary objective function or a new objective function called z star, which is designed to minimize the sum of all artificial variables. Okay, so in our case, the thing was going to be minimize z star is equal to a1 plus a2 because I've used only two variables. Okay, a new objective function it is, which you have to add to the problem. So apply simplex method to this newly constructed LPP, and the following three cases arise at the last iteration. The first one is that minimum of z star is greater than 0 and at least one artificial variable is present in the basis with positive value. Alright, in such a case, the original LPP does not possess a feasible solution. Okay, so if z star is greater than 0, that means the original problem does not have a solution. Okay, there is no solution case it is. So if z star is equal to 0, then at least one artificial variable is present in the basis at 0 value, means zj minus cj is 0 for that variable. In such a case, the original LPP possesses a feasible solution. In order to get the basic feasible solution, we may proceed directly to phase 2 or eliminate the artificial basic variable and proceed to phase 2. Okay, so we'll see one example based on this, not today but next class we'll get it maybe. So next is minimum z star is equal to 0 and no artificial variable is present in the basis. In such a case, the basic feasible solution is in such a case the basic feasible solution to the original LPP has been found. Okay, so the reason why we are doing all this thing in this problem is in the phase 1 is to find the basic feasible solution. Okay, so now that you have found the basic feasible solution, Consider the optimum basic feasible solution obtained at the end of phase 1 as starting basic feasible solution of the original LPP. Assign actual coefficients to the variables in the objective function of and value 0 to the artificial variables that appear at 0 value in final simplex tableau of phase 1. Okay. So next page. So now in phase 2 you have to just apply the usual, since you already got your basic feasible solution, just apply the old simplex method which we learned in the chapter and then you're done. Okay, clear? Yeah.